Hello guys, we are going to discuss about the classification of law. But first, let's meet the deans.
Classification of law. There are three types of law, which is public law, private law, and international law. Public law. It governs the relationship between individuals and the state. There are three categories of public law, which is constitutional law, administrative law, and criminal law. Constitutional law defines the role of government and the right of individuals under that government.
Most constitutional legal issues involve the Bill of Rights. This amendment contains such rights as the freedom of speech, the right to a fair trial, and the right to be free from certain types of discrimination.
Administrative law. The duties and exercise of powers by administrative authorities can be regulated. Criminal law. Criminal law is deal with acts or omissions that are wrong to the state. If found guilty, can be punished by the law.
Example of criminal law is crimes against the person, against property, against morality, and against traffic law.
Private law deals usually between a citizen and another concerned with matters that affect the rights and duties of individuals amongst themselves. There are four categories of private law: law of contract, law of property, law of tort, and commercial law. Law of contract is the law that binds two or more people into a valid terms and compel a person to carry out his promise. For example, buying a house. Most people who have become involved in the conveyancing process will recall the stress of waiting for the solicitor to confirm that they have exchanged contracts. Law of property. Property law is the area of law that governs the various forms of ownership and tenancy in real property and in personal property within the common legal system. In the civil, there is division between movable and immovable property. The lumber and the building supplies is personal property because it is anything can be subject to the ownership except land, while the finished shed is real property because it is anything that attached to the land. Law of tort. Torts are wrongdoings that are done by one party against another. The result of the wrongdoing, the injured person may take civil action against the other party. An unlawful physical attack or threat of violence on an individual with or without actual injury. Commercial law, the body of law that governs business and commercial transaction. Commercial law dispute deals primarily with contract and tort law. It involves issues that arise in the course of running a business at any stage of the commercial cycle. It governs the sales of goods and services, negotiable instruments, security interests, leases, principal and agent relationship, contracts of carriage, and much more.
International law. Body of law which is composed of the principles and rules of conduct which state feel themselves bound to obsess in their relation with each other. There are two categories of international law: public law and private law. Public deal with relationships between states. As example, treaties and relationships between two or more countries come under the purview of public international law, while private concerned with the application of various national law of the facts of a particular case involving two or more countries. As example, system of law applicable to marriage between two different nationals in third countries.
Conclusion: classification law is important to ensure that each type of law can play their roles with more effective. This is because they can focus more on their fieldwork.
Thank you for lending your ears and eyes to keep watching these meaningful videos. Goodbye.